is Frankie. It's a tremendous effort to break away, but soon after you break away, your legs scream with pain. And look at this now, Sean Yates on the offensive. And a teammate of Frankie Andreu and trying to reach him, I think, to give him a hand. And Yates going through, and Jamaluddin Abdu-Japarov is joining him. And that is Beat Zeeberg, who is in front of Abdu-Japarov. And there is the field in some disarray now as riders try to reorganize the attacks while the GB boys are trying to reorganize the chase.
The first time check coming through now is established round about 20 seconds.
Well, this is unbelievable news for British viewers, I'll tell you, because Sean Yates, and there he is going through with a great determination, is delivering a blow. Now all the attention off him. Now he's left his home shores. But over there he moved up into his highest ever place of 7th overall in the Tour de France, 38 seconds off the yellow jersey. He's pulled 20 seconds off that back, and of course the first 3 finishers today receive time bonuses. Even at this point with the top 3 finish, he would be the new leader of the Tour de France, and that would be incredible.
It's going up a little bit, another time check coming through, 25 seconds. They're really fighting to move away here.
25 seconds the gap, and it's the Mercatoni Uno now who are trying to close down. And because there's a puncture here to Guazzini. He's not a big important player in the Tour, but a puncture's a puncture. He's going to have to work hard now as we go now into the last 5 kilometers of the stage. 3 miles to go, and as we speak, Sean Yates is the leader on the road, and in just 3 short miles will he be the next leader of the Tour de France. There he is, going through in that familiar style, the man who they call the animal and who loves the title. And what is Abdu-Japarov doing at the back?
It may well be that Abdu is actually suffering a little bit, because these guys really have been flying along, and to see a man like Guido Bontempi suffering and letting 1 or 2 lengths going, it just lets you know how fast this race really is going along at the moment. Abdu is thinking about the sprint, but he's also thinking about not getting left behind.
Well, if only we could give you a further time check, because we haven't heard one coming in from the cars at all. We only know we're just inside 5 kilometers to go. We'll soon be down to 4 kilometers. The last one we heard was 70 seconds, and that's more than enough. We can afford to lose half of that for Yates still to take his first ever maillot jaune of a Tour de France. He's won a stage before, but he's never worn the jersey. There's the peloton now passing under the 5 kilometers banner. And they are very compact, and we make it 1 minute and 1 second. Tremendous gap, but it looks as though the pace has shut down a little bit. This is fatal. Here comes Jimokovic, the team manager, saying just keep going because the yellow jersey is ours. Andreu immediately picks up the action. 3 kilometers to go. Yates reaches for the gear lever. This is a possibility, but it will be very, very close indeed.
Well, the power really is on there, and those 2 guys have just got to kill themselves. They haven't got to think about the stage victory. It's for the other man in the group here to think about it. These riders like Guido Bontempi, Abdu-Japarov, they're playing for the stage victory today. The 2 Motorola riders have got to bury themselves, as they say in cycling jargon. They've just got to keep the pressure on, because they've got to try and get that 38 seconds. Abdu's coming to the front now. He realizes that if everybody starts to play around, the whole field will come back and he'll lose all chance of winning the stage.
So he must work now, because if the field come back, Abdu-Japarov will lose the sprint. He can't possibly find the strength to hold off the other sprinters after this breakaway. So he's now forced to help as well, and that will favour Sean Yates. Guido Bontempi, he'd love to win a stage, and attack goes to Bortolami. Now if they chase Bortolami, that will help. Bortolami goes, the teammate of Tony Rominger. They're looking at each other. Watch the left, Sean, because Abdu-Japarov is going. Frankie takes up the chase. And now Jens Heppner, the German champion, goes as well. They may well regroup here under the 2 kilometers to go sign now. I think it's safe to say the break will stay away, but it's time we're looking for. The first 3 receive small time bonuses as well.
The last time check there at 3 kilometers to go was 59 seconds, so it's still in favor of Sean Yates. But this is going to be dangerous. If these guys start to play around a little bit like this, it will be that the main field will eat into their time advantage here. Abdu can't get across. He sits up a little bit. Now it's up to Frankie Andreu to go there and keep the hammer down. Just try and keep that distance clear. Abdu's not very happy.
He's being beaten, and that's the trouble. They won't go with a sprinter, and now he's seeing Bortolami ride away from him. Bortolami's got the chance now. He's always wanted. He slipped away, and it could be an early win for Tony Rominger's Mapai class team here. They're reorganising themselves. They're going to see the kilometre kite shortly, 1 kilometre from the finish. And Bortolami has taken his chance well. He didn't contribute to this breakaway. He waited until they started playing cat and mouse, and he jumped to the right of the road, and that's the way to get clear.
They're the two Motorola riders doing exactly what they have to, not to think about the stage victory. They are chasing down this man Bortolami. It looks to me as if Bortolami is going to go away and rob the stage victory for them. But the two Motorola riders have got to keep the pressure on all the way to the line. They haven't got to think about anything else but just time, time, time. There's 1 kilometre to go. It's going to be very, very close on the line to see whether or not Sean Yates could take that yellow jersey. And what a heroic day, and what a historic day, and a historic Tour de France this is going to be if we could have two British riders wear a yellow jersey. There he is, the animal. He's on the front. He will bury himself now all the way over the last kilometre.
So Bortolami has pulled off the surprise that will give him the stage win, and that is superb for Mapai and for Bortolami and for Italy, of course. But Sean Yates will continue to chase right to the line. He'll be passed by all of them, probably because of his commitment to get time, but that's okay. We want to see a gain of 37 seconds for Sean to be the yellow jersey tonight. And we're looking at the clock starting on Sean, of course, not on Bortolami. Look at the time today, 7 hours in the saddle, but Abdu Jafarov has had to go for second place now. He closes it in. Bortolami is hanging on, but he'll hang on just about enough. Abdu Jafarov is leading out as Yates tries to hang on to get the same time. As Bortolami comes to the line and takes it, the clock starts. And then second, Abdu Jafarov. Third is Zeeberg. And now about 4 seconds till those guys came over the line. And now we're looking for 40 seconds on the clock. I think it's going to be desperately close as they swing up towards the finishing straight now. Sean Yates is going to be very, very close to the yellow jersey. He needs about 40 seconds, I think, on the clock because he didn't get a time bonus. It's going to be, I think, just not quite enough as the sprinters come up to the line. It looks like Fontinelli leading them up to the line. Oh, it's going to be close. If it's 40 seconds, I think Yates is going to be in yellow. He's done it, surely. Sean Yates is the new leader of the Tour de France. It is unbelievable as they cross the line with Jan Verzavrada taking the sprint. 46 seconds on the window here, and I think that means Sean Yates leads the Tour de France, and I do not believe it.
Sean, you've done it. You've got the yellow jersey. How do you feel, man?
Ne bouge pas, ne bouge pas. Unbelievable.
Sean, after such a long career.
Yeah, just shows you. I know it's the fat lady sings.
You've had 2 hard days in England. The pressure has been there. What happened today? How come you were just sort of relieved?
Yeah, I mean, last 2 days it's been difficult to concentrate on the race. You know, with all the crowds and that. Yellow! No, I got yellow! So, you know, today I had good legs and it was going hard and the GBs ran out of gas, I think, and I just went.
So, a great win for Gianluca Bortolami. He outwitted the sprinters. Jamaluddin Abdu Jafarov crossing the line 2 seconds ahead of him. Beat Zeeberg taking 3rd place. Sean Yates crossed the line in 6th position, and it's all confirmed. Sean Yates, the new leader of the Tour de France, by a single second ahead of Gianluca Bortolami. Johan Museo is 3rd, Frankie Andreo 4th, Flavio Vanzella, the leader throughout Great Britain, is now in 5th place. On the podium and taking his first ever maillot jaune, Sean Yates, and he looks completely perplexed. Now let's go back to Sean, who's rejoined Paul Sherwin.
Sean, you've had some beautiful days in your life. What's this one like?
I mean, there's not many people who had the yellow jersey in the Tour, so I've got to be pretty happy.
Has it got something to do with the fact that the Tour was in England? Were you on a high from that?
No, I mean, I've had good form this year, and it was, I mean, the Tour in England was great, but it really didn't feel so much like the Tour, you know, because of the people shouting for me and this, and it was difficult to concentrate on the race. And today we, you know, up until now the race has been hard, but not so hard, and the GBs had to work pretty hard. And you know, when we went away, it was just on strength, and all the guys in front were really strong. So
did you realise that the GB were under pressure because they've controlled the race very well since the team time trial?
Yeah, I mean they've worked hard, so you know they've got to get tired one day, and if you've been sitting on the wheels the whole time, you've got to have an advantage. And like I said, it went on when all the strong boys were in front, so you know we all rode together apart from Hepner.